If she don't text you back, she's probably not that interested. You're probably just something to do whenever she's bored. That just might be what it is. I mean, probably same for women, If he don't text you back, he may not be interested in you like that. Take that hint. You know what I mean? Don't sit up there. I mean, it depends. It depends on the situation. But in general, don't sit up there. They don't want to text you back. They're not into you like that. It just is what it is. What's up and what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Laidback since '96. And I'm back at it with a Laidback Moment video. Yes, sir. We back at it, man. Here we go. And look, let me remind y'all what a Laidback Moment video consists of. It's a video where I talk about a moment that I either experience first person, second person, or third person, okay? First person is I single-handedly experienced this moment. Second person is a family member, a friend, or close co-worker experienced this moment, and they tell me their intimate thoughts and how they experience this moment, and then I interpret those to y'all. And then third person is someone from afar that I see them experience this moment, and I try to make sense of how they experience it and what I think they experience. So that is that. And today we talking about people not texting back. Now look, I already know everybody's been through this, okay? This is nothing new. This is something that can happen in middle school, high school, college, day-to-day life for adult. It happens, okay? And you know what? Don't feel bad about it. You just gotta learn from the mistake and move on and do better. First things first, people text who they want to text, okay? And what that means is if they are interested, if they do want to text, they're going to text you eventually. You see what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, okay, let's go from the love interest point of view. A love interest, if they want to text you, if they want to contact you, they're going to do it. This is not an if and but about it, you know what I'm saying? They're going to show interest some way, somehow, and that is going to be probably by texting you back. That person you care about, you're not going to sit up there and be like, well, let me just have them waiting with no prompt, with nothing that happened before. It was a regular conversation and they just leave you off. They're not going to do that. It's just not. It has to be something that prompted them to do that. Something specifically has to happen for that to be the situation now. Like they truly care about you and no BS happened before that, long as there's not a disconnect of like energy, of like ideas, understanding, long as that hasn't happened, they're going to text you back in a timely manner, okay? That just doesn't make any sense. So there, hey, if she don't text you back, she's probably not that interested. You're probably just something to do whenever she's bored. That just might be what it is. I mean, probably same for women, If he don't text you back, he may not be interested in you like that. Take that hint. You know what I mean? Don't sit up there. I mean, it depends. It depends on the situation. But in general, don't sit up there. They don't want to text you back. They're not into you like that. It just is what it is. Now, friendship-wise, this is the second part of it. Like friendship-wise, friends are different. You know what I mean? When you get into after college, and what I mean by after college is like after age, 21 through 24. Like after like age 24, definitely you get into this phase where lives are not as intertwined as they were. You know what I mean? Lives are not as intertwined as they were, and time is limited, way more limited than it was when you was in school, which is crazy because you think after school, time opens up. No, it does not. Life happens. And people have their own lives, and people have their own things they want, and their own goals, and their own ambitions, and own to-do lists, and you just have to find time. Now, I've experienced this personally too, and it's like, I mean, friends are going to, if they do not make that text, they're going to make it known in like apologize. They're going to let you know that they understand, they got to do better, and they're going to do better. If they never let you know that, if they never show that, if they never make any efforts after missed texts and whatnot to make events, whatever, occasions that they said to be at, then, I mean, that just might not be a good enough friend. And that's just what it is. That's one thing I think a lot of adults we deal with is like, not like learning when it is time to let a friend who you thought was a friend go, that because now they're not fitting that friend role in today's time, you know? And it's a hard decision, and it's like you don't want to see, especially when they're a childhood friend or a friend you done had since middle school, you know, you don't want to lose that, you know what I mean? Because like when you have stuff, when you get stuff, you want to be able to share with people that you think you can trust. And you would think the people you could trust would be people you've known since you was a kid or a preteen or whatever. But I mean, it's a hard decision to make, but you gotta understand, if they don't make any amends for the missed text or the time missed ever, and I'll give you, in general circumstances, I'd be like 6 to 8 months, if they don't sit up there and like show you something or do something to amend it or whatever, you might want to cut it off. For long tenured friends, I'd give it a year or two. You know what I'm saying? And that's just off of a like genuinely great friendship that you've had for years, for over 6-7 years. I would say get at a year or two for them to show you something, because things happen and people go through things throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like account for that, and you gotta give people grace for that. So I mean, if they're like an acquaintance type, I'd say 6 to 8 months. Let them show you something, ain't what it is. All right, we out. You know, a long time friend, I'm saying 1 to 2 years. You know what I'm saying? A long time ingratiated friend, 1 to 2 years. And then, you know, best friends, that shit, I mean, that's kind of different. Like, it's going to be longer. I mean, it depends on your friendship, and it depends on what's happened. Also, you got to understand, when certain things, again, just like the whole texting thing with the first thing with the love interest, if certain things have transpired, certain events that's brought a disconnect or misunderstanding, those things alter, okay? Like, it also depends on what has happened. But in general, those are my time frames in my head on what that could be, you know what I mean? And then we go to family. Family is a very touchy thing. Honestly, I mean, it's weird because it's like at one moment you could think family owes you a lot, and then another point it's like they don't owe you anything. So family is different. Family and what I would say with all these people at one point, well, no, not with the love interest. Love interest, let that go. But like the friend and the family, just because the advice for the family, I wouldn't say, oh, time frame, you just talk to them. You get an understanding, because it's family. Like, they're linked to you biologically. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to just go ahead and have that talk. And that talk could be the same thing you could do with friends. And this is all understood that you'd have that talk with friends. But family, you want to make sure you have that talk, because it ain't no, oh, just let time go by. I mean, yeah, you let time go by, but you also make it known. And I would say make it known with friends too. Like, make it known that you feel like there's more to be desired in this friendship. Like you feel like you're doing more in this friendship. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you know what? I will say yes, and love interest as well. But you gotta think. Love interest is very delicate. Like, it's very delicate, and it also depends. And that's the thing with the whole texting back with love interest. That's understood. This is under the assumption that y'all ain't made that connection yet to where you feel like you got an understanding of, we have a regular text thread going on throughout the week. You see what I'm saying? So like that was different. And love interest can be different. But yeah, in certain circumstances you would have to talk with love interest. Friends, more times than not, you had that talk. Family, you better have that talk, because they're family. You gotta have that talk and get an understanding. Like, I feel like we could be doing more. I feel like we could have more time. We could have more gatherings. We could have more, understanding. With family, you want to make that known up front, because family, out of all three, family is the most likely to think about, in my opinion, in my mindset, in a general mindset, to think about how you feel. They're the most tailored to care about your feelings. Friends ain't got to care about your feelings. Love interests do not have to care about your feelings. They do not. Especially if y'all don't have that understanding yet. But family is more tailored to care about your feelings, which is why I lead with the feelings thing before anything. For the waiting time, you just like, yeah, I mean, family, that's 2 weeks to a month, you know what I mean? But that's the thing, it depends. On immediate family, that's 2 weeks to a month. You know, extended family, like, you know, cousins, aunts and stuff, you know, that could be like, I don't know, another 6-8 months thing, you know what I'm saying, like that. But then, like, after that, I would say you need to have a talk, you know. And I would say after the time with the friends, you have that talk, you know. At the time with the family, you had that talk. Like, that talk is important. You want to make sure people understand where you're coming from. Because, again, the big key is misunderstanding. That's the reason why this text ain't getting, and that's the thing. It's like, your expectations weren't met. This is why the missed text is a problem. I'm talking about in the context where the missed text is a problem, or the no texting, you know what I'm saying? The no text back is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because it's become a problem. But those are just my thoughts on it, you know. Y'all could write in the comments what you think, what you would tweak, how you thought about it. Did it make sense? Did it not make sense? Like, what is it? How you feel about it, you know? Let me know in the comments. But that's my idea on people not texting back. It's always levels and different layers to it, and different relationships have different quantities, expectations, consequences, you know, delegations. So, I mean, from love interest to friend to family, it's all 3 different levels of commitment, 3 levels of interaction, and 3 levels of delegation. So, you know, play it by ear, but that was just something that I thought could be said about it. If you like the video, like that video, and shoot, share the video. If you enjoyed this video, if you got some clarity, if you got some different ideas from it, or a new perspective from it, shoot, share with your friends. That's what it's for. That's what that share button is for. It's like, hey, yo, you seen this? You should watch this. Yeah. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Subscribe. We got more on the way, baby. We got more on the way. So you might as well go and lock in. And if you come back to the channel and you ain't subscribed yet, you should subscribe. You here again. Come on, subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit post notifications. That way you ain't never missing a video. When I drop a video, you're going to be notified. Yes, sir. But without further ado, it's your boy Laidback since 96. And you got to keep it easy. Cause I'm out.
Diamonds in my mouth, it let you know I'm from the south. Yeah, this young nigga lit is very hard to put me out. Yeah, I really know some niggas that will take you off the map. Yeah, I be iced out. Every time you see me.